Okay guys, so how's it going today? So it's a Sunday update, but of course I am again pre-recording this, so it's actually Saturday, and my camera's got like dirt all over it. Freaking cat's gotta walk all over my shit. So yeah, it's supposed to be a quick little Sunday update because there's not much going on. I think it's about 3:30, whatever time it is, and I just got done putting another row of, I put in a row of peas today in the garden. And the day before that, I put in 2.5 rows of, well, no, 1 row of red Pontiac potatoes, and then another red one. That made a row and a half, so whatever, you know. I've been gardening a little bit here and there. It's been a little bit on the windy side to be doing really of anything. I mean, you can garden, but we are trying some new stuff for our peas, because last year peas were a fail for us. We didn't get any peas at all. We probably got like a handful. And yeah, when you want to try to make a meal out of that, you know, a handful's not going to get you very far. So we're going to try some kind of stuff for it. It's pretty much all like powder. I forget what it's called. It's kind of almost like fertilizer, but it's not exactly fertilizer. You put it in with your peas during planting, and then you, as it grows, it would, I guess, eat it or whatever. I don't know. It's supposed to help the peas grow better. It's supposed to, you know, boost them up a little bit. So we've never done that before, so we're going to try that this year and see how that turns out. So I'm planting a little bit further apart this year than I did last year. Last year everything was too close together, and it ended up being kind of a mess. I wasn't really able to get the tiller between the rows. They say that when you plant potatoes, you're supposed to plant them 2 feet apart, from one row to the next, I guess, or whatever. They don't really explain it. Wish they would explain it a little bit better, but they don't. So I'm taking it as it has to be 2.5 feet or whatever from one row to the next row, and I want a little bit more than that because I have to make up for the, you know, for the one the plants grow, because you know, the plants will grow out a little bit, and if you have 2 of them kind of together, they're gonna, you know, make it a smaller row for, because I like to be able to till up and down between my rows of plants, you know. I tried last year to plant 26 inches apart, which is the swath of my tiller. It's supposed to be a 26-inch cut, or till, or whatever. Crock of shit, that's more like a 24-inch, because I tape measured it, and why they have a 26-inch sticker on there, I don't know, because that's just way the hell off. So, but that's what I went from last year, was 26 inches from the next row, from the last row that we planted, and everything was too close together, so I went a little bit further apart this time. I'm going to plant, I think I'm planting everything about 2.5 feet apart now. That's going to go for everything. So, because we got plenty of room in the garden, so why not get a little bit selfish with the room, because we don't really exactly fill the whole thing anyway. And then the south garden, on the south end of that garden, which is the south garden, we're not going to till that anymore, even though it gets plowed up because we take the cultivator over it, because Big Red can't make these tight turns, so I end up working out more ground than what we really need, and we don't simply need it. So I said, to hell with it. We didn't even put fertilizer down it this year, which would be duck and geese and chicken poo. That's our fertilizer. We didn't put any down this year. Normally we do, but with the way the weather's been, we're kind of limited to what we can do. So I think what I'm going to probably end up doing is I'm just going to put the poo down in late fall, work it in the ground, and then maybe, well, every year is going to be different. So this year we're not really in a big hurry, but they're talking rain for Tuesday, and I want to get what I can in before Tuesday. So, and then another thing I could do too is wait till the crops start to grow a little bit, and then just take like a shovel full of poo and then just put it around the plant, and then put dirt on top of it and let it rot down on its own. That's probably another way you could do it. Normally I don't have a manure spreader, so I usually just take the John Deere cart and I just dump it wherever, and then I take the cultivator and I work it in, and then I take the tiller to it again afterwards to beat it down even more. So, but yeah, we are planting. I already planted my flower garden along the side of the house. That was the first thing I did because I wanted to get that done. I actually did that. We had one day that it was about 95 out. The day before that, I went and tilled for the first time that flower garden, and then when it was 95 out, I went and seeded. I got out at about 10 a.m. and I went and seeded, watered a little bit, and then there you go. So I'm done here now for seeding because I just have that flower garden, and then Mother's got her flowers hanging out. So that's what we're doing. We have not seeded the north garden yet because the north garden needs to be worked. I did till about half of it, about maybe 95% of it. I tilled most of it. The rest of it was still kind of wet because of the ditch is still full of water, and the water that's in the garden can't flow into the ditch because the ditch is too full. So I think we're only going to be able to get about 3 plants in that garden if we're lucky. But I have not deep tilled yet. What I do for gardening, since I have this Husky tiller, which is not the best tiller for heavy tilling, not if you want to go deep with it. If you're gonna do it for cultivating, which is, would be light tilling, if you're just gonna pull the weeds and whatnot, it's fine for that. And from what the book says, it says that if you're gonna do cultivating, you got to pull the throttle back and kind of let it idle through it. So, of course, if you're going to do like the whole garden and you don't have nothing in it, you can just go wide open and just like till that way. We can move a little bit quicker that way too. If you're just going to be getting the weeds out, which is what I've done already. But we are deep tilling. We're not deep tilling the whole garden because it's too much work to just till one row. Takes me probably about half an hour to 40 minutes to till because it's such a slow crawl, and then yet I'm trying to break through a hard pan as well from last year, so it's really slow going. And if you were to take this tiller and try to do the whole garden of our size, you'd be there for probably about 2 days doing that. And I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that for 2 days. So, and I could take the cultivator over it, but it doesn't go that deep because I'm pulling with Big Red. Big Red won't allow it to go that deep because he doesn't have the balls to pull it. I mean, he'll pull it and he'll do fine, but if you want to get real deep, you're going to need a tractor to do that. So that's what the Farmall A was going to be used for, but we haven't even gotten that out and moved yet. So, but yeah, so we're tilling and we're seeding, and yeah. That's pretty much all we've been doing. I do have I got you guys on my tripod, but my broken tripod, that is. You can see the tiller and the trailer, they're both hanging out here. I just come back here and I really should fix that. That's so freaking annoying. I leave it all back here. The tiller will get an oil change this fall. That's basically it. I'm getting some kind of a hissing sound from it. I thought maybe I was leaking oil or something, but I don't see any oil dripping, so I must just have something that's moving and it probably shouldn't be, but whatever. If it blows up, blows up. I really do want to put a tiller on the John Deere. So I'm either thinking about, because when you're standing with this tiller here, and you know you have to hang on to the handles, right? Well, if you don't wear gloves, which I don't, because my hands ain't that dirty, so I don't, they're not full of grease. I'm not getting the handles all, the handle grips or whatever all greasy or not, So I don't bother wearing gloves, but your hands get kind of vibrated after a while. Not as bad as like it would be on a chainsaw, but, and then if you have to till deep, you're standing for a long time. Basically, I can stand in one spot, and I can literally just walk, push forward with my hands, and you can tell how slow it's going from doing that. So, and I'm like, yeah, this is like a real slow crawl that it's doing. While I'm deep tilling it, I'm also trying to break through a hard pan as well, and that's very tricky to do. So, and if you happen to hit a really hard spot or a big rock, which I have done a few times, the tiller jumps up. So it actually jumps up. I've seen my tiller jump up quite a bit, and it goes up quite high. And there's a few times I'm pretty sure it probably, if it had hit it hard enough, it probably would have bounced up, hit me in the head, because it was going pretty damn bad. So my game plan is maybe hopefully to get a tiller on the John Deere. I know the John Deere's, it's got more balls than this thing, that's for sure. No matter if it's a gas, the XM24 is only 2-wheel drive, Find some hubs that you can maybe get, I don't know if John Deere, maybe there's some aftermarket companies that makes hubs for them. You can put on, some duals, whatever. Have at it. Put some weights on it or whatever, Make the tractor heavier. And I don't really see a problem with the John Deere being a good tiller tractor, that's for sure. But it is also a turf tractor, too. It's got turf tires. But there's a lot of people around here that have turf tires on their tractors, and they do just fine. So that may be a game plan this fall. Now, meaning that if we use that for deep tilling, our deep tilling rolls are going to be a little bit bigger, but that's alright. So, because at least on the tractor, I'm sitting on a seat that's got some give to it, and it's a softer seat, and you're not standing on your feet all fucking day, It's more comfier. Yeah, it's more of a habit because now you have to look behind you. Well, if you sit a certain way in the seat, you're basically already have your head turned that way. So it's not really, not really a big deal. What's good about these walk behind tillers is, yeah, the tiller's in front of you. Okay. You can see what's going on, but you can still see what's going on behind you as well. It's just that, it's right there in front of you. It's not going to be such a big nuisance. But I don't like walk behind tillers because when I'm tilling, I end up walking behind it, and I end up pushing the dirt that I just tilled back down. I end up making that like a hard pan again. So normally what I do, I go over it twice deep tilling, and then I'll go over it twice light tilling, meaning I break up my footprints and I don't walk where I was tilling at. I've tried deep tilling when standing off to the side, and of course the tiller just bounces because you're only hanging onto it with one hand, and it's just a nuisance for me to do that. So a tiller like this is great for light work, pulling up weeds, cultivating, which is apparently what you can do with this at idle, which is basically slowing the engine down and the tines just rip the grass out. I've done it a couple times where I've cultivated, meaning I brought the throttle back and just idled my way through it, but that's fine for gentle crops, crops that you don't want to damage. I do that when, like corn, well, with every crop that we plant, when it's only, say, so big, and you got just tiller screaming, you're throwing dirt actually on top of your crop and then you're damaging it. So, because it's throwing the dirt, it's literally pulling the dirt away. I have big humps on the side of my tiller from where I tilled because that's how that tiller is. The dirt can just go flinging wherever it wants, and it ends up making these little dikes, And well, I leave them until my crops are big enough, and when my crops are big enough, I'll knock those hills down with the tiller. So, but for now, I just leave them. So, but yeah, it's definitely time for an upgrade. I still want to try to maybe invest in a snowblower for the tractor as well. Either that, or I'll end up probably getting a different tractor. I would like to get my hands on maybe a 3320 or a 3720 cab tractor, but they're a lot of money. So if I really want one of those, I may have to finance, or not finance, but take out a bank loan for that. And I don't really want that right now. So, plus my credit is crap. So I think for now, what we're going to do is invest in the stuff for the little tractor, a front end blower, either that or a 3-point hitch blower. I'm going to have a 3-point anyway on it, so I might just get a 3-point hitch blower for it. And a tiller, 3-point tiller, either a John Deere or a Frontier or whatever. They're basically the same. So, and then that's probably about it. Really, may invest in a box blade at some point too, but I don't really know if I need one. But we're gonna test this John Deere out and see how it does in the gardens. It has been in the gardens. I have pulled the cultivator with it. That's okay, but it ruins the hitch. It's already wore out my hitch quite a bit on the John Deere, so a little bit too heavy for it, I guess. But whatever. Doesn't seem to wear out the one that's on Big Red, but the one on Big Red's heavier, and the John Deere's not made for that heavy pulling. It's made for light pulling, like a dump cart or something. So, but yeah, I also did finish tearing these pallets down. If you guys see that, I actually do have a little bit of a stash here. I don't know if you guys can even see my damn stash. So, you can see my stash of wood. That's all the wood that I can salvage. Everything else was not salvageable. So, what I ended up doing was I just ended up... You guys are so fucking cocked for some reason. Why is that? What you guys freaking do to yourselves there? I actually just... maybe it's over there. I took the saw, the hand saw or whatever. Could have used the chainsaw, but I didn't want to hit a nail, and I have hit a nail already. Because the rest of the pallets weren't salvageable, so I just cut them up into little pieces and I took them over to the farm and threw them in the big burn tank that we have now. And we'll probably end up burning them pretty soon. So, but that wood there is mostly salvageable. So I'm just going to hang on to it in case we need it for something else. But I am going to make the gate. You guys will see this video, but if you guys approve of that, but I think you guys probably will, I'm going to make the gate out of this channel iron shed. I moved my crap over there. Clean up my workbench. I need to get this heater out of here too, because it's freaking summertime. I got the fan up already, but this thing sucks air. Or this sucks. It just sucks. It doesn't fucking blow any air anywhere. But need to get a real fan, I guess. But fuck, they're a lot of money as well. So that's something else I'm going to probably work on too. Is working on that gate. And then, yeah, I guess we'll see how that goes, because that's really all I got planned to do. That's basically it. There's nothing really else going on, besides that gate project that I want to start. So, but unfortunately, I also have to, before I go run to the hardware, got a little bit of bad news. News you guys probably don't give a shit about, but if you guys, I don't have it with me now, do I? No. My orange knife. If you guys remember that orange knife that I bought a few years ago, I always keep it with me. To cut twine or whatever. The safety glass punch fell out. The pins broke. Not sure how they broke out, but they did, and now the knife kind of can bend open. The knife still stays in place, but the thing is that it's getting a little bit, I want the glass punch too, so you never know when you might need it. So I am unfortunately going to go for a hunt on eBay and look for a new one. I think I have found one a couple of months ago. I was already looking into getting a new one, but then at the time there was nothing wrong with this knife, so I was like, oh, I'll hang on for a little while, and now it broke, so now I'm going to have to invest in a new knife. That knife that I have there, I think I paid like 15 bucks for it. I think it's made by M-Tech, I think, if I can, something like that anyway. If I find the old video I'll put the link below if I remember, to the old video, you know, like the review of my knife, the first one I had. In other words, I'm going to have to buy myself a new one, which isn't a total loss, but even the big blade part, you know, that you can cut twine with, kind of started getting some slop in the pin as well, so I think these knives don't really last like they used to. You know, but again, I was pretty hard on that knife as well, so that could have been the main reason why she's, you know, fucked up now. So I tried cutting stuff with it that wasn't probably really meant to cut, so probably ended up putting a lot of strain on the pins and then wore the pins out really, really quick. Don't know why the pins on the glass punch side broke out, though. That's interesting, because I've never used a glass punch. I've never had to, so I unfortunately have to buy a new knife now. So I can still use the knife. I have it with me all the time. I just forgot today. It's just that I want a good knife, you know. The knife is still sharp, believe it or not. It's still plenty sharp, so I don't know what I'll do with it. So I mean, maybe there's some places around here that fix knives. I don't really know if they do or if there's any around here, but you'd pretty much have to take the knife in and have it rebuilt, pretty much, and it'll probably end up costing more than what would be just to go get a new one. I mean, you could be talking probably $50 just to have your knife rebuilt. I could probably go to eBay and get one for like $15 and it's brand new, you know, never used. So, but unfortunately, it sucks. You know, my knife is taking a crap on me. It's my little orange knife that I bought a few years ago. It's a really good knife. I really did like it, and nice long blade on it, was nice and super fucking sharp, and it had teeth on it too, so you could like gnaw through wood or something with it if you had to. And I thought, well, I'm never gonna really cut wood with it, but if you had to, you could. You know, it would take you a long time, but you could still do it if you wanted to. So, unfortunately, yeah, I have to go buy myself a new knife now. So now I'm waiting for my YouTube money to come in, because that's what's going to pay for that, and it's also going to pay for the gate too. So the gate video is going up tonight, Saturday, which is today. So you guys will tell me if that's a good idea or not to make it out of this channel iron and shit. And if it is, I'm going to drive on with it. If it isn't, I don't really know what else to tell you. I was thinking about just welding it together, you know, bolting it together and then welding it together. Bolting and welding it. So it'd be double the strength on those. Not those pieces, well, probably those pieces, but I'm going to buy, obviously I got to buy more. So I'm either going to bolt it together or I'm going to weld it together. Welding, you need more skills, and my skills are pretty low. So I may underweld it or I may overweld it, and I don't want to fuck that metal up because that metal is expensive. So bolting it together is the safest route to go, and it doesn't ruin the finish of the metal. You know, it'll still stay that nice shiny color. You know, this here has been here for a couple of years now, and it's still shiny. It's getting dust on it because it's been sitting here and getting shitted on from the grinder and whatnot. So, but it still looks pretty good though. Clean her up a little bit, and you know, wire wheel or something, and there you go. So, yeah. So we'll find out if that gate project. Like I said, I was gonna make it out of wood, but the wood was completely unsalvageable. Pretty much. I got myself a good stash here now, but so if I had to make something, you know, to stop an animal or something, I could do that. You know, no big deal there. So, but yeah. So, and yeah, I guess you guys have seen my mowing video. I did mow for the first time. The ex-mayor was out today mowing as well. Same yard again, of course. Like, holy crap. This guy mows way too much. That's just, you know, I don't know, maybe his grass grows a hell of a lot faster than mine. But, you know, if you mow your yard too much, you end up killing your lawn. That's the thing, and that's not what I want to do. So, normally, once my grass actually starts to get going, right now, you know, it's slow going, but it's still growing. Once I know it'll start taking off, I'm going to be mowing it real short because it's in like 2 days it'll just be back. So, of course, depending on your rain too. If you get a decent amount of rain, like we have last year, I was mowing quite a bit, and I was mowing it shorter. But then as it gets more into the summer and we get less rain, you have to mow it higher so you don't dry out your ground, and then you have dead grass everywhere. So, and I still want to invest in some attachments for like the lawn, you know, to aerate and all this stuff. Put some fertilizer down, whatnot. Simply, I think my lawn needs it, and it also needs to be sprayed for dandelion because I have dandelions all over the front yard again. I get that every year though. It's nothing freaking new, but I don't like having to deal with it. I can hear someone coming on a lawnmower. Awesome, don't come this way. So yeah, that's what's going on, guys. Just a Sunday update, but it's really Saturday. So well, let's go find out who this guy is on the mower. I bet you it's probably the guy on the old John Deere. Oh no, it's the guy on the Cub Cadet. Well, that's interesting. So yeah, I guess that's who it is then. Well, we don't care about him, do we? So I'll flip you guys back over. Put you guys back up on the tripod. So yeah, that's what's. You guys are so freaking cocked again. Why is that? You guys are so broken all the time. Like that's probably how you guys kind of should be. That was weird. Oh, I can fix that. Let's see here. There we go. That's a little bit better, ain't it? Just adjusted that leg a little bit. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Waiting for your guys' holy shit, you guys are really cocked up this time. Hopefully you guys approve of the gate idea. I don't know. I'm not, you know, it's not gonna stop a truck, obviously, but I am going to put you know, like actual metal signs up that will last a while, and of course during the winter I'm going to probably be taking the gate off because it's, you know, the floods can damage it real easy with tree stumps and whatnot, so it's got to come off for the winter months. But I do plan on just chaining it on. This is a chain right here. I'm going to lock it with that, but I'm going to buy 2 new ones and bolt the chain to a steel fence post or whatever. I got to get a couple of those as well, and I'm just going to chain it to the post. Bolt it, you know, like I'll take this bolt and then take 2 loops, so, you know, however the hell you're supposed to do it. I use this chain, I guess, for an example. Like, you take one end, okay, you wrap it, go around the post. There's a spider right there. That's scary shit. And then you find, like, another loop, okay, and you just put it together like so. Then you need to put your bolt through it. Something like this. Okay, so something like that, if you can see that, okay. And then of course, then you put your washer and your nuts on and whatnot, and you crank the living shit out of it. I'm going to do that on the bottom and on the top side, so no one can try to steal my gate. And then on the other end, it'll have this chain. Probably, I don't know if I'll use this chain or not. This chain's kind of clumsy, but I'll just wrap it around the post. And then I'll put my padlock on it. I do have a padlock. I got 2 of them. I got a big one and then I got a little one. The big one's been outside the most, so so you know how that can be. But so that's the plans with that. It probably won't take too long to get the gates made up. That's for damn bloody sure. That spider is creeping me the frig out. So excuse my big ugly face. Well, it killed me a spider. I don't know if I killed him or if I just knocked his ass off. Either way, I scared the shit out of him. He could be dead too, for all the hell I know. But, oh, I almost knocked you guys over too. Been having a lot of spiders in my house lately too, so that's awesome. So, yeah, so there's your Sunday update. The pleasure is a long video. I was going to try to keep it a shorty, but I don't know, 30 minutes should be good enough. So, that's your Sunday update, even though it's really Saturday, but I'm going to upload this. I'm going to edit this tonight and upload it, and then it'll be for Sunday. So, yeah, well, I still got to clean my shop floor up too. I haven't done that yet from this damn mess. This is stupid. So, yeah. So yeah, we're seeding the gardens, we're tilling, we're mowing already, we're trimming already. I've washed the Big Red and the John Deere already, and they need a bath again. And then we'll start working on the gate project, get the gate going, and order a couple of fence posts. I'll probably just end up getting some tall ones, probably like some 5-footers or something, or 6-footer I think they made. So, and I probably could even get something like those, you know, that metal rod that's back there or whatever, or that steel, that square tubing or whatever, and drive that into the ground, but yeah, it's a little bit overkill. So that's the plans. We're gonna try that gate if you guys approve of that. I think you guys probably will. I think it's better than wood, that's for sure. But I'm not gonna say it's gonna stop a truck, but it's probably sure to help with stopping ATV. This is another thing I'm gonna do too. Is when I get the gate made up, I'm going to invest in a gaming camera, and I'm also gonna put it there too. So if someone does decide to crash into the gate, I will have it on video. And I'm not going to tell you where I'm going to put the gate or the camera. And I see you over there. How you doing? Yeah, don't be staring over here. There's a guy over here walking around on that yard. Next house over. So, is he shirtless or has he actually got a shirt on? He looks like he's freaking shirtless. I sure the hell wouldn't want to go shirtless now the way I look. So, got a big gut and all, you know. So, yeah, no one wants to see that creepy stuff. So, you know how it is. So, yeah, so there you go, guys. Sunday update. I'm going to probably take off now. 2 things to do. I'm going to try to edit this video tonight. And I don't know if I'll upload it tonight. I could probably upload it in the morning. Which will be okay. I won't be in quite such a damn hurry then. And, really, this is actually going to be... I only have 2 videos left. This video that's got to go up, and then that gate video, which is what you're going to see tonight. So once tonight goes, I have 1 more video left, and that's this. And then all my videos will be up to date, and I'll have to start making fresh ones again. So there you go. So anyways, guys, I'm going to take off. So I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.